Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Wishing all of us a magical Monday. So I see a few of us joined here, which means we need to pick up our Sangha Mitras and ask them where are they in the morning time. So because we are going to be creating our power of dreams in the morning, these 1 minute, 21 seconds are important for each one of us because they're making us inch closer to our dreams. So if we miss this, it's kind of important. So those of you who are virtually coming with your groups, that's okay. But the live ones must log in the morning at the right time. So please do hold each other's backs because it's a magical Monday. And all of us can do a lot in our life if we start giving out. Remember one mantra, the more you give, the more you get. So let's start becoming givers. And now let's start our Power of States programming where each one of us into a fluid movement, manifesting our dreams by thinking about whatever our goals are. It's nice to be concentrated, 1, 2, 3 goals. Let's think about them. And let's dance or exercise or do whatever. You want to go off screen, even that's fine. Whatever is your comfort zone. So let's do it. Rahul, so let's bring on the music. Thank you. Each one of us dreams, each one of us believes, and each one of us achieves. Now, when we have that power in our life, everything is possible just because we are here in this magical Monday. So, all right, let's start with our body first. Let's see what lifestyle change are we being suggested to make our body beautiful, wherein we can enter this world of spirituality, in this world of belief, because our bodies are going to be clean from inside and out. So it's very important for each one of us to understand that the more we invest in our body, the better it will be for everything. So let's bring on the book, sir. Thank you. So today's chapter is about, it's lifestyle number 18. It's climbing stairs to burn that fat. So a lot of us are working in offices which are probably multi-storied, or maybe living in apartments, or even maybe your houses have stairs. And this is the most amazing way to burn that fat. Now let's understand the science behind it. It's very beautiful to understand that each one of us, we know some things, but these facts are just reiterating what we believe in this world of health and wealth. So let's go for it. I often notice that people can run a 5 kilometer race, but running up a couple of flights of stairs tires them out. They can squat heavy and lunge with weights, yet walking up a couple of flights seems like a whole other workout to them. Climbing stairs is one of the best exercises when it comes to pure fat burning, strengthening the lower body, toning the butt and calves, losing love handles and belly, and building great abs. Along with these are added benefits for your lungs and your cardiovascular system. Here are some of the reasons I think you should make climbing stairs part of your lifestyle. It is free, and just about all of us can get access to a flight of stairs. It leverages gravity to the heavier, so the heavier you are, the harder you're forced to work, and the more calories you'll burn. It is relatively intense exercise that quickly increases the heart rate and in doing so greatly improves your cardiovascular fitness. So the heart rate accelerates, your fitness accelerates. So just think about it. Climbing the stairs is helping strengthening and shaping the most common problems areas of our body, which are the calves, the thighs, the buttocks, and the tummy, as it engages every major muscle in your lower body. It is a very efficient way of burning calories, and it's great for those of us who have limited time to exercise. It can easily be combined with other exercises such as walking, skipping, weight training to maximize results. Stair climbing workouts are easy to build progression into. It can be done by almost anyone, regardless of the fitness level and regardless of age also. So because it's weight bearing, it helps build the bone structure, the bone strength. It is low impact and safe for the knees, provides the right technique, provided the right technique is used and a pre-existing condition doesn't exist. Obviously, if I have no material, if I have no muscle, nothing between my knee bones, if they're touching each other, if they're cranking, I can't walk the stairs. So if there's no condition, then it's perfect. Start climbing stairs. It'll engage your body's largest muscle groups to repeatedly lift your body weight up, step after step. Thus, use your muscles to carry your own weight up the stairs is definitely better than running. Climbing stairs is a great way to amp up your core muscle strength. I believe exercise should be about quality rather than quantity. Too many people mentally put aside an hour of working out and they can't find out that 1 hour. They just don't work out. So you should aim for power workouts for 25, 50, 30 minutes, wherein you max out the reps. Burn those muscles and really get your heart rate up. For 35 to 40 minutes, you should include a substantial warm-up and extremely important cool down. You can burn more calories walking, running up steps in 30 minutes than in an hour long run or walk. Plus, it challenges your body. Start off with a couple of flights, walk and run slowly as you get better. Increase your speed and then slowly build up, taking 2 steps at a time. However, make sure you never run down the stairs. Be confident while running up, take a break when needed. Whenever you have the choice of an elevator or the stairs, choose the stairs. Start doing this regularly and soon you will be running up flights of stairs, getting fitter, younger, stronger, and leaner. So I'll tell you, my husband's a foodie, like a complete foodie, but he's thin just because he does not take the elevator ever. At home also, he just never uses a lift. Even at factory, in an office, he never uses a lift. So his office is 5 floors and he just goes up and down because the fact is burning calories and stair climbing is so much more easier. So just be careful, get this habit, start taking flights, maybe 1 or 2, and then start building it up gradually. And today about the magic, it's super easy. All of us are being taught to walk 100 steps of gratitude. If all of us are in this world of 100 steps of gratitude, we will make a huge shift in the way we think, in the way our life behaves. It's called the magic footsteps, day 19. So if you look at the left picture, there's a beautiful beach with footsteps going on in this magic. Albert Einstein, one of the greatest physicist scientists we all know of. He was born in 1879, crossed over in 1955. He said, 100 times every day, I remind myself that my inner and outer life depends on the labors of other men, living and dead, and that I must exert myself in order to give in the same measure as I have received and am still receiving. So if we are grateful to the people before us, whoever has done whatever. For example, I'm into business today, or I'm living in a house. Now, this house is made because of people, right? It could be my parents, it could be my ancestors. If I'm thankful for what I have because of them, or for people who've done something for me, I will discover that my life is becoming beautiful because I'm now learning the word of gratitude. So let's understand that this is very important. Today is very, very simple. The detail will come to you in the YouTube. You can attend it, listen to it. What do you have to do? Any time of the day, consciously take 100 steps if possible. Time yourself and see, is it 2.5 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it is. And then just, Rahul, so you can turn the page. So gratitude every day is going to take us places. We must be careful. So now this is another beautiful saying William Worth says. He says, God gave you a gift of 86,400 seconds today. Have you used one to say thank you? So by now, all of us can say that, yes, we are in this world of gratitude and we are using a lot many more minutes, forget seconds, for gratitude. But now around the house, around your office, around wherever you are, school, wherever you are, just take these 100 steps of gratitude or 5 minutes of walk, whatever you want to time them. Rhonda Byrne says it takes not more than 90 seconds, which is a minute and a half. But you see what works for you. So I no longer count them. I just walk because I know this is my time to walk. In fact, the Pomodoro theory says that after every 25 minutes of sitting down, 5 minutes of some stroll should happen. So if I'm in the factory, I walk those 5 minutes as a gratitude step and I walk towards my factory's compound from the office or even at home. 5 minutes at home is easy, very easy. It's just footsteps. You don't have to walk. It's just footsteps. So please do it. So let's turn the page. So simple. We start our morning with gratitude, writing on gratitude, and welcome Dhruv and Parul once again. So Dhruv, I request you to start writing gratitude in a journal. Pick up a new journal and just start giving it good energy and start writing 10 blessings. You can't think of something for yesterday. Think of something for 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Start writing whatever works for you. Reread that list every day, everyone. So this is a reminder for all of us also. It's not just about writing gratitude. It's about reading that again being grateful and saying the words thank you, thank you, thank you, whether outwardly you're talking it out or inward, whatever works. And this 100 steps of gratitude should become, according to me, an everyday practice. Rhonda Byrne is giving us mantras for doing something sometimes, but this should be done every single day without fail. This 100 steps of gratitude should be included in our life. I don't know how many times these 100 steps are used in my day. Sometimes I forget. I'm not saying it's every day, but by and large, try it. And then at night, sleep with your magical stone, your gratitude stone, scan the day, and then just do it and sleep. So thank you so much, Rahul sir, for this book as well. And now in Stephen Scott's chapter about making our impossible dreams possible, we have been learning a lot of things, especially how to cut off all the vicious pattern that we have been stuck in by renewing our energy, by finishing off something that we don't believe in, and by starting some things that we have been taught. So now we are on the engine number 4. For those of us who missed it, I genuinely request you take recordings from Sir and listen to the sharings, because listening will make it so much more effective. All right. So engine number 4, Helen Keller positiveness. Speeding up your happiness and success. Is my connection bad, or are you able to see the screen, everyone? Okay. Now it's in front of me. All right. So chapter 13, engine number 4, Helen Keller positiveness, speeding up your happiness and success. So let's understand, what are we supposed to do? Each one of us has to be accountable for ourselves. Let's take control of the factor that determines our happiness and impacts the lives of everyone you meet. So Helen Keller says, they took away what would have been my eyes. But I remembered Milton's Paradise. They took away what should have been my years. Beethoven came and wiped away my tears. They took away what should have been my tongue, but I had talked to God when I was young. He would not let them take away my soul. Possessing that, I still possess the whole. So how beautifully poetically she's voiced it out, right? So now let's see where are we heading into this world. I can't think of too many circumstances that would be worse than being a young child who won't see, hear, or communicate. I can't imagine growing up without being able to see the face of my mother and father or hear that I love yous every single night, even before I went to bed. I can't imagine wanting to express how I feel and yet not being able to get any words out. And yet, that was a world in which 17-year-old Helen Keller grew up. It was only through the incredible love, commitment, persistence of Annie Sullivan's that Helen's dark, silent world was gradually brought up into the light. Though she never regained her sight or hearing, she did learn to communicate. And through spoken and written words, she has inspired millions. Living in a world surrounded by people who could see all the beauty she could never gaze upon, who would hear all the wondrous sounds she would never listen to. She had every right and reason to become bitter and resentful. And yet, as demonstrated in the quote or the chapter's opening, she harbored no bitterness, no resentment. On the contrary, she was perhaps one of the most fulfilled and positive people in the 20th century. So imagine no eyesight, imagine no ear sounds, and yet she is thankful. Again, what an attitude of gratitude. Although you will not find the word positiveness in a dictionary, it is a word that still describes the fourth giant engine. So critically, successfully completing your journey to your dreams. While you may be able to reach your dreams without this engine, if you fail to ignite it, there will be little joy and fulfillment along the way. Positiveness or positivity has two component parts: positive attitudes and fulfilling relationships. Now, the great news is that you can take charge to improve and maximize both of those areas. Yet, the converse is also true. You can abdicate your responsibility in these areas by letting other people, other circumstances control your attitude and relationship. You can just do enough to get by in any endeavor or situation. You can wait for others to take the initiative to make some changes or relationship better. Unfortunately, it's always easier to be reactive than proactive. So let's understand, if we want our life to become better, we can't keep waiting कि ये हो जाए तो better है, ऐसा हो जाए तो अच्छा होगा, ये इसने मुझसे ऐसे बात कर ली तो my life will be a blessing, मुझे ज़्यादा regard दिया relationship में तो I'm blessed, whether it's with your parents, whether it's with your children or with your partners. You can't keep waiting कि other person will change, other circumstances will change. You can't. You have to be the change. And how are you the change? Today, Rhonda Byrne is guiding each one of us to be happy, to be successful. We have to embrace more positivity. That's why Helen Keller's example is used, because she was super thing. So let's not wait to get the reaction from people. Let's start becoming proactive. Let's pick up the reins of our life. Only I can make the difference to my life. Nobody else in the world will. And my minor shift in my own attitude of life will do the major shift in people's intentions area or their contribution towards my life. So now let's go back to the chapter 163 and the last paragraph to read it together. Picture yourself walking along a longer level trail on the side of a mountain. You come up to a place where there's a sheer wall of rock directly in front of you. The trail, however, forks, enabling you to go around the wall. The path to your left goes uphill to a great steep incline, all the way to the top of a mountain. The path to your right goes downhill at a very easy incline, all the way to the bottom of the mountain. Taking the uphill path requires a lot more time, effort, commitment, while taking the downhill path requires very little time and almost no effort. Still, The uphill path takes you to the top of the mountain and whatever lies beyond. And you've been told that the other side of the mountain contains a lush paradise full of beautiful lakes and rich green meadows. So there you are, standing at the fork, in the road, thinking about the effort required, not knowing if you will have the endurance to reach the top and having never experienced the other side of the mountain. You really don't know the fulfillment and joy that awaits you. Now, taking responsibility for your attitudes, initiating better relationships, and striving for excellence in an uphill climb while abdicating responsibility is taking the downhill path. There's really no in between. You either take charge and be proactive in your attitude and relationship, or you don't. Unfortunately, your natural inclination is always attracting to the easy downhill path. Your natural tendency will be to do as little as possible to achieve a minimally acceptable outcome or level of comfort. Today, most people fail to rise above the natural inclination. They only do what comes naturally. Those people may be dreamers, but unless they change their habits and become proactive, they will never be dream achievers. So the bad news is that if I follow my natural inclination to take the downhill path and just get by, I'm going to just get by. I will have no great shakes. But the good news is that if I don't have to be controlled and directed by the gravity-like pull of your natural inclinations, I can choose to take the uphill path. I can choose to take responsibility and become proactive in all the areas that make up this positive engine. And no matter how bad your circumstances may be right now, it's never too late to make that choice. So all of us here, all of us in this world of power of dreams, all of us want to go through transformation. So let's understand today's mantra. Let's not always think ki, Arey, this I can't do. We've talked about this engine before. Be limitless, be vastless. Today, this engine which is coming to us to propel a rocket to a launch from the launch pad high in the sky is by simply being very positive and by not always choosing the easy way out. Sometimes thoda effort karna goes a long way. So think about it. Now let's go ahead and make our day. Let's take control of our attitude. Perhaps the most memorable line ever delivered by Clint Eastwood came in his Dirty Harry movie, one of his. With his gun aimed at the criminal who was holding a hostage at gunpoint, Clint delivered his line as only as he could. Go ahead, make my day. Well, I hope one of the most memorable lines in this book will be a slight revision of the Clint's famous line. Go ahead, make your day. This statement embodies a powerful truth that can radically change your life. It says, the ultimate cause of your day is not dependent upon anyone or anything else. You don't have to let your circumstances, your environment, or other people ruin your day, or even a portion of it. So let me tell you all something, let me remind you. लोग आएंगे, बहुत कुछ बोलेंगे, ऐसा while बोलेंगे कि शायद आपका मन खराब हो जाए, आपको लगे कि क्या हो गया. But do not let your day ever be spoiled by people. Never. Mother Teresa spent her days in the most depressing circumstances imaginable. Day in, day out, minute by minute, hour by hour, she lived amongst the impoverished dying. The sights and smells of disease and death filled her senses every waking minute. Though she ministered comfort to the dying, she forever faced her own insufficiencies. Since she did not have the ability to relieve them from their physical pain and agony or deliver them from the grip of death. Yet her life was filled with neither depression nor despair. You see, she knew nothing about the mental and emotional attitude. She knew that her mental and emotional attitude did not have to be determined or controlled by circumstances around her or by what happened to her. So now the $1 million question. Do you respond or do you react? The critical choice. That's wonderful, Meenakshi. Thank you for sharing. The critical choice Zig Ziglar draws the insightful distinction between responding and reacting to circumstances. He points out that only a doctor puts you on a new medication and you come back to his office a few days later, the doctor makes one or two pronouncements. After he checks you out, he either smiles and says, hey, good news, your body is responding to the medication. Or he frowns and says, this is not good. Your body is reacting to the medication. You can react to negative circumstances or you can respond to them. Reacting means relinquishing control of your attitude and emotions to the circumstances, while responding means taking responsibility to take control of your attitude and corresponding behavior. So what are you all? Think about it. Do you react or do you respond? So when we react, nearly all of the outcomes are negative, all. When we respond, the outcomes are positive. Because we're thinking about it, we are, working on it, and then we are aram se taking our time to, to respond. Reaction is automatically immediate. Kuch nahi aaya, bas react kar diya. So what should we all be? Think about it. A few weeks ago, I was scheduled to catch an 8:30 a.m. flight from Salt Lake City, Utah to Atlanta, Georgia. I was scheduled to direct a film crew in Atlanta in the early evening and then fly to Orlando, Florida to direct another filming later that night. I boarded the plane a few minutes past 8 a.m. We were delayed 30 minutes because the plane needed to be deiced. I didn't react to the delay because I was grateful that the captain was taking no risk with my life. We then taxied into the airway. As the captain revved up his engine, he noticed one engine wasn't acting quite right. He announced that he was going to taxi to the maintenance hangar and have it checked out. That added a delay of about an hour and a half. I looked at my watch and realized that I still could make the Atlanta filming, but it was going to be close. I chose not to get upset and focus on the captain's caution. I chose to feel grateful rather than resentful. Maintenance checked it out and said everything was okay and we could proceed. We taxied back to the runway, and the captain revved up his engines once more as he prepared to take off. Once again, he felt a drop in power and didn't like it. This time, we taxied back to the gate and a second opinion from maintenance. Sir, please turn the page. At the gate, we remained on the plane for another hour. This time, maintenance discovered a real problem. They weren't sure how long it would take to repair it. Rahul, sir? Yes, thank you. They weren't sure how long it would take to repair it. We saw update or 166 per annum. Yes, thank you. So I'm on the third line. At the gate, we remained on the plane for another hour. Pages 166. Yes, that's what I mentioned. This time, maintenance discovered a real problem. They weren't sure how long it would take to repair it. So once again, they asked us to remain on the plane. When I started to get angry, was I starting to get angry? The question is, I was going to miss the filming in Atlanta altogether. But how could I be angry? Once again, I focused my attention on the captain's caution. I'll take a delay over a crash any day, I thought. I asked if I could turn on my laptop computer and was given permission. I was able to write an entire chapter for this book in the time we remained on the plane. Finally, at 11:30, we were told the flight was going to be delayed until 3 o'clock. A lot of passengers got very upset. Not only had their morning been ruined, now the reacting was going to ruin the rest of the day. Once again, I faced a choice. Do I react or do I respond? I went to the ticket counter, in my ticket to fly directly to Orlando at 2:30. I then found a chair, pulled out my laptop, and got another 3 hours of writing in before the flight. It turned out to be a great day for me. It was also a good day for my producer who directed the filming in Atlanta. Had I not heard Zig talk about responding to circumstances instead of reacting to them, I would have been angry and my anger would have blocked my ability to think and to write. My great day would have turned into a bad one. So everyone, this is something for us to remember. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going is something all of us have heard. Our test of our integrity, our test of our gratitude really comes in the time when we are challenged against adversities. Life throws many balls at us, but how are we going to catch the ball and make fun out of it and play a game, or are we going to allow it to hit us and make us drop down? So it's very important to understand, where are we coming from? Are we responding? Are we reacting? When we start reacting, we're really in for a bad time. When we start responding, we are agreeing to our creative sensibilities, and a lot of creative sensibilities come out. Just in his case, he wrote a beautiful chapter. Because he maintained his integrity and he did not show up in attitude, he could have, right? But he didn't. So now let's read further. He says, I relate this story to show how the power to take control of your attitude can come from simply changing your focus. Had I allowed my focus to remain fixed on how the flight delay was going to affect my filming, I would have wasted hours being angry and worrying about circumstances that I could not change. But by shifting my focus to the more important priorities, namely survival, I felt grateful to the captain rather than resentful towards the airlines. And by shifting my focus from the missed opportunity to direct to my current opportunity to write, I was able to be a lot more productive and stay on schedule for the completion of this book. This was one time when I controlled my attitude by refocusing my attention. There have been many other times when I was not as successful. So, not all of us will be successful every time. But if we learn to imbibe this quality of refocusing whenever we are given a very bad time or whatever, just remember the shift is very important. All of us in this journey in the morning series are working on the shift in our attitude, transformation of who we are, how we have conditioned to be. Firstly, let's learn to accept who we are, how we are. And let's not judge ourselves because circumstances has made us into who we are. And that's fine to accept it. Everything is good, but everything is bad. Depends upon how you're taking it. For example, when my computer crashed the other day, I reacted for more than an hour, but before I finally realized what I was doing. I then began to respond to the circumstance and change my focus from lamenting over the problem to taking specific actions to positively resolving the problem. So कई बार life में हम लोग react करेंगे. That's okay. The most important thing is that realization and immediately reaction को respond में बनाना. To swap, to shift. I then refocused my attention to other priorities I was facing that day. As a result, the remaining hours of my day were very productive ones. The choice between responding and reacting obviously isn't a one in a lifetime decision. And from that point on, we become positive people. It's not even once a week decision. It's a choice you make several times a day. In the case of my computer crashing, I faced that choice twice in a single hour. But the good news is that each time you choose to respond to a circumstance rather than react, it becomes that much easier to respond to that next circumstance you face. By the way, taking control of your attitude and responding rather than reacting doesn't mean becoming artificial. It doesn't mean you didn't cry when you were hurting, or that you have to put on a happy face when you're dying inside. My wife would tell you that I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So somebody yesterday mentioned, right, that I'm very, very, very emotional. She mentioned this on the group call at 8 a.m. And I told her that it's your strength to wear your emotions on your sleeve. It's okay to be emotional. It's your strength. It's not your weakness. We have been told that emotions make you weak. No, emotions are your strength. A single thought about my dear father who passed away 95 will bring an instant lump to my throat and often tears to my eyes. I have always been more emotional than most men I know. When I talk about taking control of your attitude, I'm simply talking about taking responsibility for how you view and respond to life in general and your circumstances in particular. Taking the initiative rather than being complacent and responding to circumstances rather than being reactive to them. So one thing is, please stop judging yourselves. People say you're a boy, you have to be strong. Have you heard yourself growing up into that? If you're siblings, you're a guy and a girl, Why have you been told by your parents, hey, you're a boy, don't cry? Please, let's unlearn those things. Emotions are important. It's okay to wear your emotions on your sleeve. It's not a sign of weakness at all. It's in fact showing how much your heart is full of love. That, at the drop of a hat, my Bauji is he's in his late 80s. You know what? Aaj bhi, if I see him watching a television show or something like a movie or something wherever, I see him sniffling. I see him crying. The tears may not fall, but his eyes become, pooled, and it's so beautiful. So please do not judge yourselves and stop telling the men and the women in your life you're too emotional. Embrace them for who they are because they're beautiful. So that's something which I think we've learned today, apart from the fact that we should not react but respond. Take time for it. Now, in fact, in some person is emotional, go give them a hug. Yeah, they need that bear hug. Envelope the person, whether they like it or whether they don't. So outwardly, they may put on a front, oh, I'm strong, I don't need your hug. But actually, they like it. It's very comforting. So what do I elaborate on this, Bhavika? It's very simple. When I have emotions, I'm not supposed to be always hiding them or taking them and कि लोग क्या बोलेंगे, अरे कि कैसे I'm reacting. No, it's your automatic response from the heart. बच्चा कर रहा है, let him or her respond. क्यों बार बार आपको उनको बोलना है कि अरे to be a man you can't show your emotions. Why? Men don't have a heart. Or to be a woman you can't be a sissy girl. Why do we say these things? हम इनसे grow up हुए हैं और शायद अपने बच्चों को भी इससे grow up कर रहे हैं. It's time for us to understand, reprogram our being. Yeah. And if there's any more questions, you can ask me when the session ends. I'm going to be here for a while. So are you a positive person or a negative person? Whether you're a negative or positive person depends on two things. One is the frequency with which you respond to circumstances or react to them. The other is where you choose to focus your attention. Do you focus on all the benefits and blessings that fill your life and on the opportunities you still have to help others? Or do you focus on your deficiencies, inabilities, and hardships? ये सब ए पैराग्राफ आप लोग के लिए है. Your transformation. अब आप सोच रहे कि I, me, am, कि मेरी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो जाए, मेरे लाइफ ये हो जाए, मेरा ये हो जाए, या आपने शुरू कर दिया है अपनी ब्लेसिंग्स काउंट करना. आपका attention is now even there to help each other. So what are we talking about in a way? I keep mentioning this word seva, I keep mentioning this word daswant or dashansh. We have to all embrace an attitude of seva. Until we help others, we can never be helped. Remember, the more you give, the more you get. So if I help somebody, I will be helped. I should not be concentrating my attention on what I don't have. ठीक है, बहुत कुछ मुझ में नहीं है, but बहुत कुछ मुझ में है. And मेरे इस बहुत कुछ से किसी को help मिल सकती है, तो why not? And मेरे इस बहुत कुछ से शायद shift आ सकता है, so why not? So each one of us has that बहुत कुछ. Find it and help others as much as you can. I hope all of you have had your Sangha calls. You can use the chat box and let me know. I hope you all are in some subgroups. I have even included Dhruv and Parul into them. I hope all of you are making an intention to be proactive. Yesterday was your day one. So yesterday the journey began, right? Till that 3 weeks of formation. Now, when the journey began, you have to share your affirmations. You have to share your blessings. You don't want to share your blessings in a way where, people read about it. If you're conscious, usko blur kar do. So many apps are there. You do thoda distance se. But please do it. But I would say, open your window. It's okay to be grateful for something if people are reading it. So learn to help each other, become the angels, become the guardians, become the catalysts, become the boosters, become people who are taking away reflections. You're 5, 6 of you, not 2 big groups. So just enjoy the flow. Yeah. Thank you for your yeses, so many of you. So Neha, if group 9 hasn't had, you all have to be in integrity and schedule it. Because it's not so tough to take 10 minutes out. I'm not saying make it a long call. Just look at each other, say hi, hello, become something. WhatsApp video call is also okay. It doesn't have to be scheduled Zoom call. I don't want anybody to make their life tough. Whatever works for you, right? Okay. So now we're on the last paragraph of this page. It says, my wife is one of the most positive people I've ever known. Before we met, the person who was setting up a blind date described her in detail. The very first thing she had said about her was, Shannon is such a positive person. who, if given a glass of water that was three-fourths empty, instead of complaining about how empty it was, she would be happy and grateful for the water that remained. Boy, was she right. Anyone who knows Shannon will tell you when she walks into the room, the whole room lights up. So we have page number 168, please. For my readers that are old enough to remember Doris Day, Shannon is more Doris Day than Doris Day ever was. Now that I've had 7 years to watch her at close range, I can understand why she's so positive. It's for the same two reasons we've just discussed. She responds more often than she reacts. And even in the hardest situation, she focuses her attention out on the positives of the situation rather than the negatives. So today we have been hearing about this, and tomorrow we'll talk about the greatest springboard to becoming a positive person. What is that? Let's remember, all of us have today learned some very beautiful tips. We may have known them, but Stephen Scott has imbibed them more in us. He's told us that all of us can work on ourselves if we really, really, really want to. We can learn to respond and not react. Now it's time, it's 40 minutes past the session. It's time for sun salutations. So let's do a Surya Pranam. And for all of you who are doing a Surya Namaskar sitting down on chairs, you have the chair Surya Namaskar being shared with you. Those of you who've joined late don't have it, please ask Rahul sir or Amrita ma'am. And those of us who know it, let's do it facing the east. So let's start it.
The Surya Namaskar with mantras. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaye Namaha. Om Bhanave Namaha. Om Khagaye Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityay Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Arkay Namaha. Om Bhaskaray Namaha. Salutations to the universal friend. Salutations to the resplendent sun. Salutations to the energy that induces activity within us. Salutations to the one who illumines. Salutations to the sun moving across the sky. Salutations to the giver of strength. Salutations to the golden cosmic self. Salutations to the Lord of the dawn. Salutations to the son of Aditi, the cosmic mother. Salutations to the benevolent mother. Salutations to the energy that we praise, and to the one who guides us to salvation. The sun salutation now with the names of the postures, both in Sanskrit and English. Pranamasan, Hastuthanasan, Padhastasan, left leg back, Ashvasanchalanasan, Parvatasan, and hold this position, and now slowly progressing into the deeper version of Parvatasan, Adho Mukh Svanasana. Ashtang Namaskar, Bhujangasana, Parvatasan, left forward Ashvasanchalanasan, Padahastasana, Hastuthanasan, Pranamasan. On the right side, prayer position, raised arms pose, hand to feet pose, right leg back, equestrian pose, mountain pose, hold mountain pose, and slowly moving into the deeper version of mountain, the downward facing dog. Salute with 8 limbs, cobra, back to mountain. Right forward, equestrian pose. Hand to feet pose. Raised arms position. Prayer pose. One round of the sun salutation with awareness on the breathing. So exhaling our hands to the chest, pranam. Inhaling as we bend back. We exhale as we fold forward. Left leg back, inhale as we're arching back. Exhale into the forward. Hold the breath for knees, chest, chin. Inhale as we arch back. Exhale into the forward. Left leg forward, inhale. This is a back bend. Exhale whenever we bend forward. Inhale as we bend back. Exhale, hands to the chest. And on the right, deep breathing.
Today I tried the Surya Namaskar last set while sitting down. It was comfortable, but not very effective. But yes, there is body movement. So rather than not doing anything, at least Surya Namaskar on the chair, kuch to movement aayega. So yes, that's something all of us can learn. And of course, now let's move to our incredibly believable book and let's see what the book is unfolding. Especially today is about our body. So now in this new world of all of us who are going to be, what is the body changes are going to be in this transitional world? So let's understand that life is going to be even more better. And now we'll talk about the power of our wonderful body. As mentioned earlier, this is the first time that we are taking our physical bodies with us as we go through the shift. It is an unprecedented change, and the human body has to undergo a major transformation as it increases its vibrational frequency to survive on planet Earth in the fourth dimension. So what's happening right now, I'll tell you, all of us, जिनकी वाइब्रेशन इंक्रीज हो रही है, जो पॉजिटिविटी के वर्ल्ड में है, वो कोरोना को या किसी को भी एक्सेप्ट करके मूव ऑन कर रहे हैं. And who are not ready for this shift have lost their lives because they were not ready for the shift. So all of us, our bodies are going to go through a shift. What is the shift? As humans, we have 7 different bodies which show up as 7 layers in the aura. हमने इसके बारे में बात करी थी the first 4 days of making me. All these bodies vibrate at different rates. The physical body has the lowest vibration out of these 7. Hence, the physical body is always the slowest to change. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with Vedanta. In Vedanta, we talk about 3 sharirs, not about 7, but about 3. So they've classified further into 3 bodies. In this body, we have a causal body, we have a gross body, and we have a subtle body. A gross body, causal, and subtle body. But in the actual realm, if you talk about the aura world, we have 7 chakras, and we have 7 layers of body, 7 parts of our body, in a way. So currently, our 7 bodies are totally separate. They're only connected by one energetic silver cord at the third eye. जो ये चक्र है ना आपका, जिसको हम अगर आप किसी ने मिक्रो मेडिटेशन करी है तो हम इसको एक्टिवेट करते हैं. यहाँ डीएनए रिपेयर होता है, ये कनेक्ट करता है 7 बॉडीज को. Now this is also the Shiva Eye, if somebody knows about it. Due to this separation, the physical body can only recognize the information it receives through the 5 physical senses. यही 5 physical senses हैं जो हमें कुछ भी फीलिंग करवाते हैं. Other high level bodies receive information from other sources which may cut across time and space. But since the bodies are separate, this information is not passed on to the brain. The brain is a part of a physical body. Hence, we are not able to recognize or utilize that information cognitively while we are awake in our senses. इसका simply मतलब हुआ that we have 2 parts of our brain, conscious mind and subconscious mind. So one is brain, which is a conscious, and subconscious mind is coming with the soul in this body. Now, whatever our subconscious mind is guiding us, not often are we recognizing it because हमारे पास ability ही नहीं है. हमने अपना DNA activate नहीं किया है, अभी हम अपने connection में नहीं आ रहे. I don't know how many of you did the past life regression. Yesterday was Sunday. कितने लोगों ने किया, क्या experiences आए, we'll talk about that. But जब आप उसको भी एक्टिवेट करते हो, आप कहीं ना कहीं एक हार्मनी ला रहे हो विद योर 7 बॉडीज. जो लोग इंसान जो साइकिक होते हैं, जिनकी एक लेवल ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन होता है बिटवीन their bodies and physical bodies, they are able to receive this information in the higher level bodies. The information is passed onto the physical brain, and the brain can combine with information obtained through the physical sense and come up with a comprehensive picture that a non-psychic person is unable to. A slight but similar different level of integration of bodies exists in persons that are clairvoyant, clairaudient, or clairsentient. They are all able to sense, hear, or feel things that the common person may not. So you people probably know ना, कोई कहीं पर भी बैठे हुए समझ जाता है आप क्या बोल रहे हो, या कोई audience में आप बैठे हो, they can hear what you're saying, or they can see some visions, because these people have integration between the 7 bodies. मैं ये नहीं बोल रही हम सब ऐसे हैं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. But the good news is the new human body, once we all have completed our transformation, we will have a fully integrated conscious body. The characters of the new body will be all 7 bodies integrated fully, highly activated and enhanced DNA, a rewired physical brain and nervous system, mind control over cellular decay to stop the aging of physical body, increase from 7 to 11 major chakras in the body. So abhi hamare 7 chakras hain jo activated hai in this body. But actually we have 11 chakras. Now all of them will get activated in the new body. और हम सब, इसीलिए मैं बोल रही हूँ, I think we are very lucky कि book हमारे सामने आ रही है. We can work on our shift, right? A totally integrated body क्या होने वाली है? Currently हमारी 7 bodies separate हैं. They're only connected by the energetic cord of the third eye that we've discussed. That means each body works on its own. It has its own frequency range, and no interactive communication takes place with the other bodies. As we go through the transition, all our bodies will become integrated. This integration of the bodies changes how we operate. Some of the major changes are, we have full consciousness at all times. We are aware of all level of beings. Totally at will, we can converse with our spirit guides and our other guardian angels as easily as you converse with the physical friends. We can even communicate with the deceased since only their physical body has died. The other bodies are present for us to communicate with. Kal again group call mein maine kaha tha ki this is possible. It's not impossible. We have to develop ourselves. That's the reason why I'm suggesting strongly again. Agar aap log ko vishwas ho isme, Unified Book will start on Sunday 24th. I strongly request my Sangha to come for it. And if you have believers in the family, get them also. This book, Unified, will integrate what we really need to do. हम अपने स्पिरिट से बात कर सकते हैं, अपने सोल से बात कर सकते हैं, हमारे गार्डियन एंजल से बात कर सकते हैं. It's beautiful when you're going for guidance. So until I'm telling you all something, there must be some message for us. हम guardians भी हैं, हम angels भी हैं अपने groups के, and we are also guiding. So we are in this journey because we are meant to go through this integration. So if you really want, come up for it. Anyone can come for it. It's a no charge course, about 40 minutes on every Sunday at 7 o'clock. So it's not too much. Otherwise, recording to rahegi online. Your questions, your answers can be taken up on email then. So number 2, we develop powers of telepathy and telekinesis, moving objects using the power of the mind. We would be able to communicate with infants who have not even learned to talk. And also, since we can't read each other's minds, no one can cheat since we can read each other's minds, no one can cheat anyone. For example, अभी मुझे सुप्रिया छाबड़ा कुछ बोल रही है, बिना बोले बोल रही है, but I'll be able to hear कि वो मुझे क्या बोल रही है. So mind में filth and बाहर अच्छा भी नहीं हो सकता, या mind में अच्छा और बाहर खराब बोल रही हूँ. मुझे पता है कि अगर वो ऐसे rudely बात कर रही है मुझसे, अंदर से अच्छा चाह रही है. So you know it will become so beautiful. Cheating requires hiding the truth and making up a nice story which we know is false. So एक झूठ बोलने के लिए, एक सच छुपाने के लिए 100 झूठ बोलने पड़ते हैं, right? Cheating करने के लिए भी आपको सच को छुपाना पड़ता है. So now we'll again build एक के बाद एक झूठ के पाँव नहीं होते, they are caught, right? And उस person की integrity पे shake हो जाती है. Now the one person who knows that the story is false, he will never believe it. Hence cheating is not possible in the new world. सारे लोग transparent होने वाले हैं. It's going to be a beautiful world. We'll be forced to be honest at all times, जो शायद अभी हम लोग कई लोग try कर रहे हैं. 3, we'll all become psychics. We can look across time, both past and future. We can even evaluate our own past life and thereby determine how to work off our karma. ये past life की जो बात थी तभी मैंने कल कहा था कि if we can look at our past life, आज क्या problems हो रही हैं कहीं ना कहीं उसके answers भी मिल जाएंगे. Further, of course, past life के बारे में gradually चढ़ेंगे. I'm not going to make you to climb the mountain in one go, step by step. Or we can look at the cause of relationship problems. कि मुझे relationship में क्या problem है? Is my sex life not good enough for people who are married? Or is my partner not being able to give me enough love? Am I hungry and going for it outside? Am I flirting with women or men because I don't have a fulfillment in my married life? Or I'm not a very good father or a mother because I don't think I am. And my child is, again, not growing up the way he should. All of this will become a part of our psyche. We'll know exactly where we are heading. Even now, we can all work on it. And let's understand, only we will realize that time does not exist and nothing that happens is eternal. So all of us have heard the line, na? That time is the only constant. Time ही तो हमेशा बदलता है. अगर आज खराब दिन है तो अच्छे दिन तो आएंगे. Just because मेरा एक past रहा है which is not great या एक past रहा है which is great does not mean that I am inferior or I am superior. Things are going to change. हमारे DNA में क्या changes आने वाले हैं? Currently हमारी body में सिर्फ 3% DNA active है. Only 3%. Scientists जो DNA को study करते हैं बोलते हैं 97% कचरा भरा हुआ है. Junk DNA है. बिल्कुल inactive है. कुछ नहीं करता. Disconnected है. Inactive. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. So we're a 2-strand DNA at the moment. As we go through the shift, more and more of our DNA gets activated. The more DNA that is activated, the greater the abilities we have. Hence, we need a fully activated DNA to have all the abilities described above. We are in the process of going from a 2-strand DNA to a 3-strand DNA and ultimately to a full 12-strand DNA. Strands, पता है ना क्या होता है? Little धागा types. ऐसे connection होती है body के अंदर. So once we get to a 12-strand DNA, we have the ability to access multiple dimensions simultaneously. Russian and German scientists have shown in research work that mere power of words or suggestions, especially if given under hypnosis, when the conscious mind does not interfere and reject the suggestions, can activate the dormant part of our DNA. The more light that the DNA absorbs, the more activated it becomes. Since the protein strands in DNA are extremely susceptible to light. So जिन लोग को अपना DNA alter करना है, subconscious programming करनी है, let me know so that I can send you all auto hypnosis का how to auto hypnosis. रोज सुनना है while lying down or something, not too much. 3 बार I do it. Your DNA really gets activated. So you know, and especially कुछ अंदर feed करना हो, so you can really work on it, right? So I'm going to work on that manual. I haven't worked on it yet. I'm going to write it down so that I can share that script with you. So if by tomorrow you haven't had it, remind me in the session. So I am in Bangalore. I do have time. I should be able to do it today. I'll write it out simply for you all so that आप उसको पढ़ लें, simply अपने साथ कर लें. And for those of you who think it's too much right now, take your time. We are in no hurry. We have almost 100 days with us. We can work on ourselves slowly, gradually. If you think it's going too fast, we can take our slow steps. It's never too in a hurry. So current rewired physical brain and nervous system. So I see a lot of you want it. Fine. So I'm going to try and make up like a written file of it. And I'm going to try and send some audios and some music. And let's see how many of us can understand. And if required, I can probably have next Sunday a special extra class for all of us to understand only the auto hypnosis bit, you know. So that will be something which we can have an open answer question. We can even do it in the morning Sangha, 1-to-1 connect Sangha. So let's schedule something for that. All right. So rewired physical brain and nervous system. Currently, our brain and the physical nervous system only handles the demands of the physical body, which is the lowest frequency at all. इसको बोलते हैं gross body. Yeah. So we have to अभी इसी से connection है. As more and more bodies become integrated, the demands on the brain and the physical nervous system keep increasing. You can visualize the brain, the nervous system as an electrical grid, since it's dealing with electrochemical and electromagnetic energy. Imagine You have electrical grid that is only designed and built to carry 240 volts electricity. It works fine as long as 240 volts electricity is fed into it. But now, imagine that we have a need for it to carry 3, 6, 9, 12, 24, 110, and 240, and so many different types of energies simultaneously. एक साथ. Unless we redesign and modify the grid, it will not work and the system will fail. So अभी हमारी human body कैसी है? One thing at one time करेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा होगा. Multitasking करेंगे तो screw up हो जाएगा. In the new life, you'll be able to multitask effortlessly. सब कुछ perfect होने वाला है. So आपकी frequency, आपकी adaptability, आपकी time बढ़ जाएगा. If you have 24 hours in a day, you'll get 48, maybe 96 or whatever. Because our brain and our physical nervous system will be modified and rewired to not only carry the lowest frequency signals of the physical body, but also simultaneously carrying the higher frequency signals of the spiritual world and the other bodies. Spiritual world क्या है? हमारी body में spirit है, उसका जो actual reality है, that's spirituality, right? I've spoken about it. अब उस spiritual world में जहाँ हमारे ascended masters हैं, teachers हैं, gurus हैं जो who ascended over, they can come and teach us. Once the transition is complete, our brain and physical nervous system will be able to handle all the needs of our totally integrated bodies and all the 7 layers included. अब ये ageless body क्या है, ageless soul क्या है? So let's talk about this. A physical body cellular structure is a chemical structure that is carbon based. Plus our cells constantly die and new ones are born to replace them. So हमको पता है हमारी body में trillions of cells हैं, मरते हैं, जीते हैं, कैंसर जब आता है, कीमोथेरेपी जब आती है, तो बहुत सारे cells अच्छे बुरे साथ में मार देता है उसको, पर वो replaced भी हो जाते हैं, right? So usually in the first 30 years of life, the rate of formation of the new cells is higher than the rate of death of the old ones. This is why our bodies keep getting better. Beyond the first 30 years of age, the rate of death of the cells exceeds the rate of formation of new cells. And this causes aging in the body. तब झुर्रियां आना शुरू हो जाती हैं, freckles शुरू हो जाते हैं, because अब cells जल्दी मर रहे हैं और कम जल्दी पैदा हो रहे हैं. Anything that is carbon based deteriorates over time. When archaeologists discover ancient bodies or bones or artifacts, they use carbon dating to determine how old these items are. So I don't know how many of you know about mummies, the Egypt mummy, mummification. They're just checking the carbon content. The half-life of an item is an amount of time it takes for half of it to simply disappear. The only things that don't disappear over time is crystals. About 100 years ago, when American explorers discovered an ancient crystal skull in one of the Central American countries, they took it back to scientific labs in USA to try and determine its age. Even as late as the 1980s, they tried to use the latest available technologies and techniques in the most modern labs in California to determine its age, but to no avail. Crystals do not deteriorate over time. The good news is that our physical cellular structure is changing to a crystalline structure as our DNA gets more and more activated. So जब आप लोग DNA activation करेंगे, आपकी body में cellular changes आएंगे and crystals के साथ आपकी affinity हो जाएगी. Once we have crystalline structured cells, our body stops aging. And that's something which is doable. And I am going to introduce that concept to you very soon, in a little while. Too much, too soon is too much, right? So control over death. If you have studied any mythologies, Indian, Egyptian, Chinese, Greek, or others, you have studied about the people that live for hundreds of years. Suna hai na? I don't know आप लोगों में कितने लोगों ने सुना है, the Pandavas, the Kauravas, Bhishma Pitama, they lived for like 800,000 years, right? You may have read about the king or the pharaoh that ruled for 900 years, or the woman who had a baby at the age of 200 years. All of these are true stories. Kyun true hai? Because that time they were very sure about their life, right? Now, once again, all of us are coming to those times where we will be able to live as long as we want to. So I don't know how many of you realize जब आप divine love manifestation meditation करते हो morning में, उसमें channeled है कि we will decide when you want to cross over. We will decide, not like ये 80s, 70s हो गया, time to pump up. 60, 70 will become the new middle age in our bodies. Once our body becomes timeless, It does not die over time. Currently, our bodies are all separate. The spiritual body, guided by the soul, decides to leave the physical body, causing our death. अब जब separation है bodies में, our physical body is not aware of the soul's decision to leave. So I again don't know how many of you know. So if you have read a few books on this, so when the body can't live and the soul goes up, it's for a shock. Ki hua kya? Body is dead, but soul says, "Oh, what happened?" It's a shock for me because integration nahi hai. So that's why souls bhatak jati and they come to you to, take over your body and sit here and do things through you because they need a body for a vehicle. That's why when this book was written, the lady who Sunny Platten was healing had 18 spirits living in her. When I say that my brother's spirit lives in me, I just know that it does because I feel it, right? And I'm allowing it to do whatever he wants. So I'm giving it permission. Now it's in my hands to take the spirit of me. But right now I'm comfortable with where I am. So I'm trying to tell you there's so much happening in your life जो आप लोग को पता नहीं है. But बहुत जल्दी वो लाइफ आने वाली है जब हमारी बॉडी, माइंड एंड ब्रेन सब इंटीग्रेट हो जाएगा. इट विल बिकम वन. अब क्या डिसीजन सोल ले रही है पूरी बॉडी फॉलो करने वाली है. अभी हम सोलफुल जर्नी में है ही नहीं. सोल क्या, हमको इंट्यूशन आती है, कई बार आभास होता है करना चाहिए, फिर भी हम नहीं करते, हम डाउट करते हैं. वो आपका डायरेक्ट गाइडेंस है, हमको फॉलो करना चाहिए. सो लर्न टू ट्रस्ट योर इंस्टिंक्ट्स. कोई मैसेज आया उसको फॉलो कर लो बस, इमीडिएटली डाउट मत करो. उससे भी आप डीएनए एक्टिवेट करना शुरू करोगे बिकॉज आप अपनी सोल को बोल रहे हो थैंक यू, यस यू हैव द पावर. एंड तभी मैंने आपको कल कहा था कि प्लीज आप एक संडे को कहा था कि सोलमेट का सेशन कर लो सो दैट यू नो कि कैसे रिलेशनशिप्स बनते हैं. एक संडे को कहा था कि अपना सोल की जर्नी देख लो बाय गोइंग फॉर पीएलआर. जिस तरह आपको विश्वास हो जाए इस जर्नी में, बहुत कुछ आने वाला है. अगर आप ओपन रिसेप्टिव हैं तो बहुत आने वाला है आपकी लाइफ में. Hence, everyone becomes like the advanced yogi who has total control over his death. So tomorrow we'll talk about this beautiful body, our new body. एक बार sir next page पे ले जाएं. Just I'll tell them what it is all about. 162 page. Rahul sir? Okay, he's removed the book. All right, no problem. So kal, that means it's a cue for all of us. Tomorrow we'll be talking about why we have 7 chakras and how will in the new body 11 chakras be activated. I'll give you all a little idea on how to activate your other chakras and how to get intuitive powers, how to become better than better, because you will be, okay, amazing. We will become better. Why? Because we are going to embrace the change. So if all of us start saying, I am willing to change and grow, we will come to an age where we will be able to actually grow in life. And all of these new things which we are going for, we will be able to understand. So when we're ready to make positive changes in our lives, we're attracting whatever needs to help us. अब कई लोग सोचेंगे कि क्या bullshit है ये books, I mean, क्या future के बारे में बात करें? What are we talking? But I mean, what are we going through? हमने हजारों बार सुना है Mother Earth is going through, she's going through torture. Now Mother Earth is a living planet, जिगती जागती planet है. भारत माँ, धरती माँ, that's what we talk. And yet हम लोग embrace करने को ready नहीं हैं कि हम Mother Earth को help कर सकते हैं. Believe me, each one of us, when we shift ourselves, our energy, will go in a much better world. All of us have to be able to relate. मैं ये नहीं बोल रही कि you should all be able to talk to your past, loved ones. But I'm telling you, when I have a conversation with my brother or with my father-in-law or with the people I've lost in my life, it's a beautiful feeling that, they are there to guide me, hold my hand, direct me. It's a beautiful feeling to know that we are going towards a world which is so beautiful. So let's embrace ourselves and say, जो भी हमारे तरफ आ रहा है, मुझे नहीं भी विश्वास है तो okay, मैं सुनता हूँ, पढ़ता हूँ, and let me try and do it. Yeah. So I am willing to learn new things. That's what today is about. I'm willing to learn and grow. So yes, Akshay, go for it.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am willing to change and grow. I am willing to learn new things because I do not know it all. I am willing to drop old concepts when they no longer work for me. I am willing to see situations about myself and say, I don't want to do that anymore. I know I can become more of who I am. not a better person, because that implies that I am not good enough, but I can become more of who I am. Growing and changing is exciting, even if I have to look at some painful things inside me in order to do it.
Okay. So now, Rahul, so just keep the book right now, just for 2 minutes. So if you read this, it says, I am willing to drop, second line, I'm willing to drop old concepts when they no longer work for me. हम सब ने एक लाइफ लीड करी है विद कंडीशनिंग, राइट? अब हम 1-to-1 डे की जर्नी में आए हैं, चाहे ये एलियन लगे कॉन्सेप्ट्स, हम ट्राई तो कर सकते हैं टू चेंज इनटू देम, क्या पता कोई ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आए, एटलीस्ट होप. So I am willing to drop old concepts when they no longer work for me is very, very important. Okay. Now I'm willing to see situations about myself and say, I don't want to do that anymore. बहुत लाइफ लिव कर ली ऐसे, बहुत बीमारियां ले आए, बहुत मेंटल इलनेसेस ले आए, फिजिकल इलनेसेस ले आए बिकॉज ऑफ माई कंडीशनिंग. अब मुझे बस बहुत हो गया. Now I can become more of who I am. मैं जो हूँ मुझे पता भी नहीं है मैं कौन हूँ. I can discover myself. मैं तो I use the word transformation. It's not even transformation. In my opinion, it's a complete shift, complete change of who we were and who we are. Because everything we've learned is time and again anchored and told, wrong, boss, wrong, wrong, wrong. Now go for the right. The minute I'm willing to change and grow, that all falls in place. Now, I don't say that I'm a better person, because iska matlab abhi main theek nahi hu. But what do we say? I'm a better version of myself. Jo main hu, perfect hu, or better ban raha hu. I'm a person in progress. मैं better person बन रहा हूँ, and I can become more of who I am. I can grow into a better life. I can become, and if I say it's exciting, पता है जब मैं excitement ले आती हूँ सोचने में कि अरे अब कुछ नया आने वाला है, my journey will be far more faster because I am excited कि अरे ये करते हैं. अच्छा पेलआर का असाइनमेंट मिला है, करके तो देखते हैं क्या होगा. नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा, करके तो देखते हैं, ट्राई तो करते हैं. अच्छा अब पीएलआर में जाके कुछ पेनफुल भी दिखता है मेरे बारे में, मुझे अपनी लाइफ के बारे में कुछ सीखने को तो मिला, कुछ something I've learned out of it. So let's all be willing to change and grow. And that is when we'll all truly have the transformation. So, sir, you can now take off the book and now we can all meditate on it. And if I forget, my dear Sangha Mitras, remind me, we must sing a birthday song for Vijayji. He turned 60 yesterday. We did not know about it, so we never sung him a song. Today we will when we end it. So let's start our meditation now. So you can make Shivani the co-host. She can record the meditation. And this meditation is not compulsory to do again. Aapne morning mein kar liya to fantastic. This is for those who want to repeat it. Some of us want to repeat it. So Shivani was requested to record it. All right. Our back straight. Our feet firmly placed on the ground below. Our eyes softly closed. Hands comfortably resting in whichever mudra you're comfortable. If possible, in an open receptive mode by facing heavenwards. Let's take a deep breath in. Fill our bodies with unconditional love. I love myself unconditionally. I flow from love. And as I exhale, I flow in love. It's okay to wear my emotions on my sleeve. It's okay to drop those tears of love. It's okay to be emotional because I am unconditional love. Let's inhale light. This beautiful luminescent light. It's flooding my body, activating my DNA, showing me there is so much knowledge outside which I didn't even know of. And I am open and receptive now to learn it. And as I exhale, to gently share this light with the world, because I am this beautiful radiating light. As I inhale in a lot of acceptance, I accept my journey just the way it was, because each part, each experience has made me so beautifully aware. In this beautiful awareness, as I exhale, I'm raising my consciousness, wherein I'm becoming more aware, more conscious. I'm acting from the world of higher consciousness. Life is magical. Life is discovering it. Life is experiencing magic, new strengths, new adventures, new learnings, new openings, new receptivity, new transformation, new journey of the entire thing as a whole. I am willing to change and grow. I'm willing to understand that my body has 7 layers of aura. Right now, only intertwined, integrated with just one eye chakra. I'm willing to grow and change my DNA. I'm willing to become a much superior version of myself, where all the 7 bodies will be integrated and I will be able to have a communication with anyone and everyone. Open conversation, no filters attached. Whatever I feel inside is what I'll say outside. Then I will no longer be worried about what people think and they judge. Because this new world that I'm entering in, each one of us is resonating at a very high frequency. We're vibrating at a very beautiful spiritual level, a level of love, a level of light. I'm growing unconditionally in this world where I am being nurtured with love and light. I'm grateful for so many new learnings, short at times, long at times, too less at times, too much at times. But I know whatever is coming my way is coming for a purpose because I am the believer, a believer of love, a believer of light, a believer in myself, the new me, a new me, full of goals, dreams, ambition, desires, miracles, spirituality. I, the human, am ready to embrace the new knowledge, the new world of wisdom. I'm ready to transform into a new me by embracing all that is coming my way. Sometimes it's too heavy for me, but yet I flow, knowing something good is coming my way, that I have chosen to embark on this journey for a reason, because I was meant to be. I trust the process. I trust myself. And I know it's just the beginning. And if it's tough right now, it will become easy because I am a believer. And so it is. I love life. I live life because I respect my life. I celebrate my life. And I deserve to live the best of my life. And I truly make it worthwhile with my beautiful efforts, where I take the tough path at times, but I know that that beautifully has its results unfolding for me at every opportunity wherever I traverse. And so it is. Let's all bow our heads in gratitude for Mother Earth, Janani Janma Bhumi, Dharti Ma. Dear Mother Earth, however conscious I am about you, I promise to learn to grow. I promise to nurture you a bit more every day. I promise to give you as much love as you have given me since the time I have known life existed for me in this life. And yes, a few of us have seen our past lives and we've known how beautiful they have been. So dear Mother Earth, thank you for this new openings, this new world, and bringing me in this world of happiness. I'm grateful and I'm looking forward to learning and growing with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's each one of us look at the eye level and thank the lives and the life. Thank the present and thank the future because everything is laden with magic. I am a magical me. I am a magical being. I am magic. and I learn to live life the way I want. And so it is. Let's open our hands to the universe above. Dear universe, thank you, thank you, thank you for having my back. Thank you for teaching me such beautiful lessons. So much is coming my way. Dear universe, I want to shout out to you and say, I am open and receptive to all the unconditional love and to all that you have to unfold for me because I trust you. I trust the process of life and you. Dear divinities, thank you for showering your choicest of blessings on us. Dear angels, thank you for guiding us. Dear guardians, thank you for ensuring we are safe and sound. Thank you, dear cosmos, for including us in your Leela. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Expand our angel hands and our hearts. I am growing in love. I am love, but I am more unconditional love. I am light, but I'm more the radiating light. I am abundance, but I'm much more than abundance. I am bliss, but now I'm also blissful. I am love. I am light. I am everything I want to be. And so I'm blessed. I'm open and receptive for sure. Then let's fold our hands in front of our heart, rub them together, feel the energy flow. Bless your face with the energy, your neck, your shoulders, arms, back side, upper back, middle back, lower back. Go on to move onto your lower body, touch it, bless it with backside thighs, knees, calves, your soles of feet. Turn your hands around, front of your feet, front of your calves, bless your knees, bless your thighs, sexual organs, excretory organs, your gut area, large intestine, small. Go up, liver, gallbladder, uterus, kidneys, stomach. Further go up, bless your chest, your lungs. Keep your hand in your heart, bless it. Now let's fold our hands once again and be grateful for everything from heavens to earth. Thank you, and thank you. Dearest beautiful body, I may have abused you consciously, unconsciously. I may have been conditioned, programmed to abuse you by giving you too much food, too much stress, or too much working hours. But that's all been sometimes in ignorance. I'm not playing a victim, but I'm just saying, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. Thank you for being so beautiful. Thank you to each one of my organs, to each one of my functioning. Thank you for reprocessing, reprogramming, unlearning, and learning. I am evolving, and so it is. There's energy that flows in me. Everything in the universe is made up of energy. I share my energy with my loved Sangha, their loved beings, and all beings on Mother Earth. Let there be love, let there be light. Let us all be the channels of love and light. Let us all be channels for being blessing for someone today and someone always. May we be the channels, and so we are. With love, light, and abundance, lots of wishes coming for you. Supriya, Manish, Alona, Akshay, Shivani, Dhruv, Parul, Gyanji, Ushaji, Ruchi, Neha, Pratimaji, Asmeet, Shweta, Dr. Kamakshi, Anita, Kunal, Priyanka, Vijayji, Nitendra Kumarji, Meenakshi, Peena, Amit, Jagpreet, Richa, Neha, Kuldeepji, Surendraji, Manisha, Shelly, Ankur, Kunjanji, Sonakshi Mohindra, Bhavika Kwatra, Niriksha Daga, Radhika, Rahul Sir, Amrita Ma'am, born 1-to-1 for life. Let there be love, let there be light. So I think it's time for Vijayji's happy birthday song. So let's have him on spotlight. So Vijayji, a very, very, very happy 60th to you. You could unmute yourself. So we did not know about your birthday, and apologies for that. So on behalf of the Born One to One for Life Sangha, we all wish you a very beautiful 60th. As I said today, that 60 is a new middle age. So you have another 60 years to go at least. One to one to banta hai. You are in this one-to-one journey. So 61 more years to go. So a song full of love and light is coming for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vijayji.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday
Thank you.
to you. You want to share
Thank
your
you.
light?
Thank you.
You want to say something?
Uh, it has been a great journey. Should I tell something about myself? I'm a packaging technologist
Okay.
by profession. Did schooling from Sainik School, then from Hansraj College, then packaging technology. I had been working in polyester film industry, and now I'm having a company called Vijani Exim Private Limited. We are in export-import business of packaging raw material and merchant exporting. I'm based out of Greater Noida. I stay in Mayur Vihar Eastern Department.
क्या चेंज फील कर रहे हैं इस 3 हफ्ते की जर्नी में?
There are 2-3 things I'm feeling change. One is my life routine has changed. I'm getting up at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
I'm now seeing, earlier I used to get up at 6:30, 7 o'clock. Then I'm seeing positivity around. I'm feeling more energetic, more responsive, and everything is looking very bright, and future is looking little more positive, and I feel I can attain whatever target or whatever vision
Very
I
nice.
have. Yeah.
Very nice.
So a lot of positivity has come in my outlook.
Very nice. So
There is a mindset change.
Very nice. So thank you for just saying that, yes, things are looking good and they'll only get better and better and better. The only thing is we have to trust the process. Jo bhi aa raha hai, sar mathe pe. So let's learn and let's be open and receptive, and lots of magics will come our way.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay. God bless us all. All right. So anybody has any questions, any doubts? If yes, please raise your hand. Any questions? Criticism is also welcome. In fact, I love it because that means we have improvement and we can improve ourselves. So if there is something, please share. Yes, I do request for cameras to be on because I like to work with energy. So it's always lovely to see people who are shining bright, and especially couples. I'm very fond of couples. So I think Kunal, Priyanka, Asmeet, Shweta, and Jakpreet Supriya today are my stars. Of course, Gyanji, Ushaji remain the unconditional stars. So thank you to these 4 couples. And Amit, Shivani, you are a couple, but yes, separately in the screens, which is great. So 5 of you. So thank you for this. Yes, you can keep trying. Okay, so Meenakshi, thank you for the question. PLR को बहुत strongly रोज हर समय मत करिए. कभी-कभी करिए, like once a day maximum. वो भी I would say give a break of 2-3 days and then try. And जब भी PLR, which is past life regression, करने जाते हैं meditation, एक intention होना चाहिए, संकल्प होना चाहिए. What am I going to find out of it? So if you have a question कि मुझे आज ये पता करना है, great. Otherwise, if you just go without anything, great. So that way you will be able to understand a lot more, right? Now about the Ho'oponopono shower, thank you for doing it, Neha. I think it's something हम सबको करना चाहिए because Ho'oponopono shower से बहुत activity आती है, DNA भी activate होता है, whether you realize or not. And one more thing, I know it's too much to ask you. If you can take a very cold shower in the morning, half of you don't even take a shower, and that's okay. But whenever you take a shower, if it's going to be really cold, like, you know, at times I even put ice in my bucket. It activates your DNA. It's making your body full of energy. I know it's cold. First time it's like, but it's amazing. Winters maybe. Akshay, I do it 12 mahina. Delhi ki winters maybe. And फिर बर्फ डालने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. It's बर्फीला पानी any which ways. In fact, I'm hoping to go to Kashmir and take a dip there. So I don't know. Let's see. But I'm just saying because we want to work on, not possible, that's okay. Maybe Nivaya Pani is possible, then a little less Nivaya and then a little. So maybe little can be possible. Manish, you have a question or you have a sharing? Yes, please.
My question is, what are the benefits will be getting from PLR?
Okay, so simply, yeah.
We already carrying a baggage of equal to our age.
No, not to your age, much more than that.
Much more than that.
जो आपका baggage है ना, वो आपकी उम्र से तो कितने सैकड़ों साल ज़्यादा है.
But what we remember, now shouldn't we follow just the trajectory of universe, like we have reached here?
So Manish, I have one take which I'll share with my perspective. कई बार हमारी कुछ conditioning होती है which we don't know about, क्यों होती है? And अगर हम उसको पूछते हैं, so we get answers. Like मैंने कल example दिया था कि there are times when I eat to the brim that I need to puke out. So I was trying to understand that I'm not a stupid woman. I'm not an uneducated woman. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I fall sick? Then when I asked this intention कि क्यों होता है, and I went into PLR, I realized and I saw myself as a Bengali man who was frail and who was very poor and who died because of starvation. And even when he lived, twice, thrice, he was almost dead when people gave him. So I remember seeing myself as, I don't know, eating 12 bananas or 15 bananas at one shot because a banana vendor gave me bananas. I mean, mar rahi thi as a man. So it gave me an answer to, it made me accept, ki, okay, don't judge yourself. You've had this, you're carrying on this, and it's fine. One of our friends, Ritu here, I'm not sure she's logged in or not. She has chronic headache. Like chronic means migraine-ish headache. She realized that she was hit on the head when she was a soldier in one of the lives, and she died in that accident on her head. वो baggage आज भी चल रहा है, अब उसका बहुत better हो गया. कई बार हमें healing की जरूरत पड़ती है जो हमें realize भी नहीं होता, especially जब हमारी life में कुछ problems होती हैं. So PLR sometimes is good, and I also do it for fun at times. It's nice to know, and I've seen so many lives, and it's beautiful to. I've seen 21 lives, 22 lives now. It's beautiful to know what all I've gone through. It's beautiful to know that I wasted 9-10 lives in doing nothing. I'm like, oh shit, 9-10 lives and nothing. And we have lived thousands of lives, not hundreds of lives, thousands of lives. So it's nice to know what journey are we going on. अभी फ्यूचर की बातें कर रहे हैं, डीएनए की बात कर रहे हैं, बहुत लोग को समझ में भी नहीं आएगा. अल्टीमेट फ्यूचर तो वही है हमारा. एंड जब आपका इंटीग्रेशन हो जाएगा ना, तो आपको अपनी पास्ट लाइफ में पीएलआर जाने की जरूरत भी नहीं पड़ेगी. सब कुछ वैसे भी अवेलेबल हो जाएगा. But we'll be very advanced species. जैसे ETs बोलते हैं, we'll be like that. So my endeavor to all of us is just to activate ourselves a bit more, to finish our shortcomings, to consider gratitude and learn and be open and receptive कि क्या आने वाला है, let's go for it. That's it. अभी जो स्टीवन स्कॉट के engines हैं या जो chains हैं जो हमने पढ़ी, it's not like हमें नहीं पता था, but अब science पता चल रही है पीछे की, तो हमें एक समझ में आ रहा है. It's just for that. So, okay, try it if you think, and if you think you don't want to go in the future or you don't want to go in the past, absolutely up to you, Manish. These are only extra things that I'm giving. कितना आपको करना है depends upon you. Look, I have a bhandar. I have to actually see कि मुझे कितना दे सकती हूँ मैं, कि overhead transmission भी नहीं हो जाए. Because I have had such beautiful teachers and I'm still learning, and I will keep learning all my life. Because I have a huge hunger for knowledge or for experiences. How much do you want to be hungry for experiences and knowledge depends upon you. If you're not open for it, absolutely okay. कोई judging है ही नहीं. अगर मैं संतुष्ट हूँ, मैं जहाँ पर हूँ, it's fine. अगर मैं इस जर्नी में आया हूँ और मुझे कुछ सीखने को मिल रहा है, so okay, let me try. नहीं तो नहीं, it's fine. फिर तो books आ ही रही हैं, हमारे पास 11 books हैं, हम उतना कर लेते हैं, बहुत है. I'm okay. So I will not judge you. I will not ask you कि आपने किया तो, but मैं पूछती हूँ आपने किया तो, अगर if you want to share experiences, that's it. अगर एक्सपीरियंस शेयरिंग में मजा आ रहा है, गुड. नेगेटिव मिल रहा है, ओके. एवरीथिंग इज ओके. देयर इज नथिंग गुड, देयर इज नथिंग बैड. एवरीथिंग इज गुड, आई फील. सो दैट्स माय इंटेंशन, दैट्स माय संकल्प, दैट्स माय mantra. How much you take it depends on you. But thank you for sharing your light every morning. It makes us all reflect, retrospect into our being. So it definitely adds a booster for all of us. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And to everyone, thank you. So to everyone, please look after your sanghas. Look after yourselves, learn and grow. And you had an amazing conversation with Mom yesterday. At the end, we hugged each other, magical. Thank you, Neha, for sharing your light in the Sangha call. It was nice. And thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Akshay. And thank you, Anita, for always your compliments and everything. God bless you all. Live in a world of love and light. Be magical. And thank you for making my morning magical. Lots of love, lots of light. Thank you, Rahul sir, once again. Lots of love to you. Thank you, everyone.